roll. And I tried to think, when did I first meet Rich or encounter him? And in a very odd way, it was when I was a child. Something that many of you may not know is that back in when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik in 1957, it resulted in an absolute, the United States reacted to that, recognizing that we were behind in science. And they instituted a complete revamping of the science curriculum. And the biological part of that was called the Biological Science Curriculum Study, or BSCS. And a lot of people don't realize that Rich was heavily involved in that for 13 years in writing the curriculum for science students throughout the entire United States at a time when developing science was necessary. Well, I was one of the beneficiaries of that. I was a student who studied from the materials that Rich developed. And I had no idea at that time that I would be colleagues with one of the authors of that. I distinctly remember the textbooks. Also had a really great, several great science teachers in elementary, middle school, and high school who convinced me to follow the science route and become a biologist. But in reality, the first person who did that was Rich, and I had no idea at the time. Later on, he and I were jointly associate deans in the College of Biology and Agriculture at BYU, and we accomplished a lot together then. I got to know him very well. When I came to UVU, I was absolutely delighted to find out that he was here and had come not long before me, and had no idea that long effort would be there for me to be able to have the honor of being with him and working with him. I think it's fair to say that countless teachers in the state of Utah have benefited from Rich. I think just about every science teacher in the state, past and present, has somehow had some influence from him. He has really shaped the science education in the state of Utah, and it goes well beyond the state of Utah even now. I've been honored to go with Rich to National Science Teacher Association meetings where we present, if you can imagine, a group of scientists from Utah telling other teachers how to teach about evolution and how to manage that. And we ended up co-authoring an article on it in a major journal that's available online if you have a chance to read it. But it has been an honor to work with Rich in all of these many efforts. He is not quitting, even though he is retiring. I just learned today that he wrote a 900-word op-ed to the Tribune, which is not yet published and should be soon. Keep watching for it on the debate over the science curriculum standards in Utah. And so, Rich, we expect you to keep going in that. Last thing I'd like to do is, as some of you know, I'm an artist. Rich is a very great fan of one of the champions for evolution education in the United States and in the state of Utah. And Rich, if you can come up here. I had the honor of going to Down House, which was Darwin's house, a little less than a month ago for the first time. And in there is a photograph of Darwin done in 1871. And
you did it in 1871?
Yeah, I'm a little older than you. But anyway, on it is Darwin wrote that this is the best photograph of me. And I'd taken that one and another one that I think was, I actually think was a little better, and made a little composite of them and did, I couldn't get Darwin to come sit for me, but went ahead and made a drawing of Darwin for Rich, so here it is.
Oh my gosh. So much for just a casual casual affair going here.